light. As metaphysical Christians, we use the light all the time, don't we? We call in a column of light. We call forth the light of God's love to fill us. We send light and love to people when they're hurting. So we work in light all of the time. So hang with me. We'll hopefully get another layer today. You ready? Okay. 30 years ago, 31 years ago, 32 years ago, I have no idea. I was meditating, and Patrick and I were young back in the day, and Spirit gave me someone's name. They just dropped this name into my meditation. I went, okay, I wrote it down, and I don't think I Googled them. I don't think Google was around yet. But I found them, and this was an obscure author, and he had written a book on color, light treatment, and therapy. And I got the book, and I said, here, Patrick, we're supposed to be doing color therapy. Handed him the book and said, that's on you. I am the messenger, and you are the hands and feet. And Patrick started researching, and he found Duchamp, and he found the history of color therapy. And so we actually do that and have for 30 years, the colored gels, the light gels, and we infuse the light through it, and it actually affects the physical body. The various colors affect certain areas of the body, and we've been doing beautiful therapy this whole time, and I love color therapy. What I love even more is when science starts saying, oh, color therapy is good for you. I love this. You can now get little boxes of light where you can get a blue light that helps you with when you don't have enough sunlight. They've got laser lights that help with kidney stones. They also have this new thing, ladies, which we all know. They are now infusing our faces with red and blue lights, boop, 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 to keep us young and our skin alive. So the more science explores light therapy, the more it validates what our experience is, that light is important, light comes in colors, and it keeps us healthy, happy, and whole. So we do inner light, we bring the Christ into the body. We do Reiki, Reiki brings light into the body. All healings that we do are about bringing a greater light into the physical body, emotional, mental, and spiritual body, the totality of you. So I wanted to start with, this is Jesus Teacher Healer, which I sleep on under my pillow every night. I share this with you guys all the time because I love it. I love the vibration of it, and I love every word in it. This is page 67. Ready to learn?
Yes, ma'am.
Just breathe it in. I shall be teacher in this moment. So often, in some form or another, your bodies are out of harmony. And if you could but realize it, the true healing that you need is the bread of life. It is the Spirit of Christ, which is the light. When the body is sick, in some way it is lacking light. All disease will in due time be traced back to this lack. It is true that the majority of humanity may suffer from ill health, but you can trace all disease, all sickness, to this perhaps unconscious disharmony in the soul, to a holdup in the inflow of light, the light which is the bread of life. All illness and disease is lack of light. How simple is this? We know this. It's awesome, isn't it, to be reminded? It is the lack of light. Now, what do we do with that? Do we wake up every morning and ask for light to come into our bodies? I do. Wake up every morning. But we still have thoughts in our brain that make us act oddly. So this past week, y'all, I have been having a pain in my abdomen, unidentifiable. I do not know organs. All I know is energy. So I've been having this pain in my abdomen, midsection somewhere. Don't know what it is. It's annoying. Do you know those pains that are just annoying? They're not like, pain, but it's like, please, come on. So I would Reiki myself going to work, and it would ebb. And as long as it wasn't in my way while I'm working, I'm golden. Do you ever deal with that? As long as my discomfort will step back so I can get my work done, let it be okay. But I've been praying, so I'm doing the Reiki on my tummy and I'm my abdomen, and I did a map session asking for healing, and this is going on for about a week. Maybe 2 weeks, because it's starting to really annoy me. Like, this is not right. Normally things will go quickly. So I know something's wrong. Something's wrong. So I'm putting my makeup on this week. Maybe, I don't know what day it was, Wednesday, Tuesday. Putting my makeup on. And I happen to be standing in front of my mirror for some reason. And this light came like this and hit me right in the abdomen. And I went, oh my God, that's not how God normally sends light to me. I normally get light through my crown chakra, and it's normally warm and fuzzy, and I know it's God. This was almost liquid, aqueous, and it came into my abdomen. And do you think I thought, well, where'd that come from? That didn't feel like God. That's not my normal. What's going on? I don't know what that is. Yes, I did. I had all those thoughts for a second. And then I said out loud, thank you for my healing, thank you for my healing, thank you for my healing. And I said it till I owned it, because it was this very strange experience of energy coming into me. But I thanked God for my healing, and I was balanced. And it was perfect, and I haven't felt it since. Do you see? Light. And it was very odd that God would do it this way, because, we've had this long-term relationship. But it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. So the light comes in many forms. The light comes in many forms, always to heal, always to heal. So I wanted to now move to Life and Teachings of the Masters of Far East. If you ever want to read about the light of God, just pick up one of these books. This is full of explanations of how God is light and we are the children of God. But I wanted just to read this. Therefore, man is pure white light. Pure white light is God life. Through man only do the pure rays of God life emanate or manifest. What kind of responsibility does that give you? If you are the sentient being of pure white light, and that is the expression of God, and through you it is to manifest on the earth, are we supposed to go around dimming our light? No, we are not. So why do we stop vibrating light? Why do we stop? So, next book. Spirit put all these together for you. So this is the one we've kind of been focusing on this month. It's called Practicing Peace by White Eagle. And we know we love that. So I'm going to start with just a little bit here. Y'all listen up, okay? If you are on the path of light and are open to the message that Spirit brings, you will receive into your souls joy, which would be lost if we were to remove your problems and difficulties. Did you hear that? Okay. If you're on the path of light, I'm rephrasing, you are going to experience joy when you overcome difficulties and challenges. And your angels can't take that from you. If you are on the path of light, you are trying to become the greater light. The light that loves, the light that can withstand, the light that enjoys life. Each time you see and follow the right way, each time you are able to touch the secret inner life, the light expands in your heart and soul, and life takes on a new appearance. You see with eyes both spiritual and physical, and you'll see a lovelier vista, more radiant than you've seen before. Do y'all hear the responsibility with this? So as we are on the path, it's not all rainbows. It is challenges so we become more aware of love in our hearts. Okay, here we go. Ready? Do not look behind you and do not regret your mistakes. Be thankful for every experience, however painful, which has helped you to gain a clearer understanding. How often do we live in regret? When you live in regret, you know what you do to your light. You dim it. You dim that light. Oh, you're so fabulous. Oh, no, I'm not. If you only knew. God, I wouldn't tell you guys my history. Unless you were emboldened with light and could handle it. Why do you need to know what I went through? You know? Why do you need to know? Let's talk about where we can go. Let's not walk in the history. If I walked in my history, I wouldn't stand here. I wouldn't stand here and talk to you people. I'd be crying in the corner. Okay, do not regret. It's not over yet, people. This is divine dip, Miss Peg. Do not be dismayed by the darkness you witness in humanity, but cultivate compassion for life, not a superiority, but a sweet, gentle compassion. It is difficult, we know, but you must keep on practicing and manifest the higher life in your own being. Every day, starting your day with connecting with light. How many of us do allow what we see in the outer world to take us off our path? Or to take us into a space of being less than happy? Do not, we beg you, be overwhelmed by ignorance and darkness around you. It does no good to dwell on the darkness. Look up to the light and pray to become a greater channel of the light. Refuse to listen to the lower mind which tempts you to give way to despondency. For God is all goodness, all love, and all wisdom, and all things work together for the one who loves God. Do not despair. This is no good. Put into operation forces of construction. Believe that good will come, and the best is coming, and it will. How's that feel? All right. Then they say this. Time spent in good thought is never wasted. You know, have you ever met somebody, especially in the last climate of the last couple of years, people want us to do stuff, take an action, step out, do something, take a stand, and it's like, I am taking a stand. I'm praying, I'm sending love to everybody, I'm doing what God asked me to do. When we hold the thought of goodness and thought of love, we are impacting everybody. And we're doing a job that who else can do? Who else can do that job? That's our job. Okay. 39. You guys learning? Yes. Your hearts are full of love, and we are grateful to you for every thought of yours which is of God. We cannot tell you how much you achieve by your kind and good thoughts. A few mistakes do not matter. Okay, breathe that in. A few mistakes do not matter. It is what you are thinking, what you contribute in love and compassion and great-heartedness to humanity that is important. You love the spirit world and your spirit friends, but you would be even happier if you realized how happy you make them when you think aright. Not only your own troubles and difficulties on the path, but towards other people. So, this is White Eagle. And I know none of us really like to go into challenging situations, do we? I'm not a fan. You know, I'm not a fan. But Spirit reminded me of this. You know, there are cakes that you bake. I do know cakes. And so you bake these cakes. You might make a couple of layers. And then you have this sweet, syrupy thing. And you take a toothpick and you stick it down into the top layer. And you pour the sweet, syrupy thing on the top layer. And what does that do? Permeates the layer. Makes it yummy, nummy, nummy. This is us in the darkness. Somebody's got to put a toothpick in it. You know? We got to have something permeating the darkness. We can't just have the icing sitting on the top going, oh, well. I'm trying to counterbalance this bad cake, you know? But sometimes we are that light that is called upon to go and permeate those spaces just so the space can be integrated with a light. And you know that if you're asked to do that, there is some heart in that space that's receptive to what you're about to do. Someone in that space wants an intercession, wants some light. And sometimes as spiritual beings of love, who we are taught to love all, are we not? We are called to do this. We find ourselves in a space that's like, this is uncomfortable, God. And God says, stay. Stick your landing and stay. You're here for a reason. Okay, great. What do I do, God? You just love, please? Can you just love, please? That's all. And we just love. So ours is not to isolate. Ours is to go where we are guided to go. Now, if we get on our little white charger and we start running to places of despair, are we in the right space? No, because we're in our will. And when we are in our will, we have separated from that beautiful light of God. It is us moving through the light, staying where we need to stay, and being the light of love for all mankind. Everybody hear that? All right. So as human beings, I want to remind you of the things that White Eagle told us. Have no regret. You dim your light when you regret. I did. Own it. Do y'all own your stuff? I own my stuff, normally publicly. I own my stuff. I did it. Not happy with the results of it, so therefore I'll try not to do it again. But we own it. No regrets. Just alter. If you don't like it, alter it. And also send love back to it. You can alter actually the occurrence. Send love back to it. See, I knew that. Don't focus on the darkness. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't think it has more power than God. Don't think it has more power than you. Don't focus on the darkness. And mistakes don't matter. If you believe you've made a mistake, you'll dim your light. If you focus on the darkness that's powerful than you, you'll dim your light. And if you have regrets, you dim your light. Got it? Okay. In one of the manuals, I did not get this to read for you guys, but this is kind of cute. Jesus said that we need to activate our projectors with light every single morning. And the 7 projectors are the 7 chakras. And he explains how to do that. You bring light into your heart and you actually push the light through the root, spleen, solar, heart, throat, brow, and crown, front and back. So you're activating your chakras to project light. So now if you do that through all 7, how powerful are you? You're powerful, right? So I'm prepping this morning. I know to do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing it, Jesus. We're going to do this. So I'm projecting the light, and all of a sudden I get to my heart. And Spirit's really funny. I see a microwave oven over my heart. Here's the oven, and I'm in this microwave oven. I went, that's cute. What's that about? And they said, when someone opens the door to come into your heart, you will cook them with light. If they don't want to come into your door, they don't get your light. I went, oh my God, I do that? And they said, yes, you do. Because I have been so aware of honoring the free will of everyone. Oh, you don't want my light? Okay. You don't want my light? Okay. I keep my door shut. That's your free will. I've been so aware. We've been in such a diverse world for too long. Too many polarities, too many polarity opinions. And I don't care. Enjoy that. But for Cindy, it made me go, okay, I need to stay in the middle. I honor you, I honor you, honor you, I honor you. I don't care. But it made me also shut my heart down, because if I honor your choices, you don't want my light. Let me just step back. Do you see what I did? Now, they created the microwave just to show me what I do to people. And then I overwhelm you once you're inside, So I did ask for that to be healed. But do you see how what is basically a positive thought affected my light? I want to honor the choices in others. And when I said that, their choices were more important than mine. I didn't say, I'm going to shine my light freely and y'all carry on. I didn't say that. I said, I'm very tentative here. I'm going to honor all y'all's choices, whatever you want to do. I'm going to just stick it right here. Good intentioned, you wouldn't think that was a bad thought. But I denied who I am. Does anybody relate to this? Anybody do stuff like this? Okay, great. Never, ever. Good for you. I just went, when Spirit showed me that, I just went, wow. Wow, okay. All right, we have to let the light shine. So I wanted to share one more story with you guys. This is the Aquarian. In the Aquarian Gospel, it gives us some text on Jesus Christ's journey before he took up the mantle in Jerusalem with his people. He is at the Egyptian Mystery School at Heliopolis, and he's going through the tests. He said, I want to experience what all man experiences. I want to experience all the tests that they go through. And these tests were designed to purify the character and the soul of the person, and also to teach him about the universe. He's been there for a while, we don't know how long, and he is at a test, 5th degree. He doesn't even know when these tests start, right? Isn't that like life? I'm in a test and I didn't know when it happened. Wait. I didn't sign up for this. And there's an exam right there. Okay. He has been in the temple groves enjoying himself, meditating every day, walking in the gardens, and he's been there for 40 days enjoying it. And that's all he does. And then the guides, who were the priests of the temple, who have been his teachers and guiding him along, they appear to him and they bind him hand and foot. And he goes, okay. And they cast him into a den of hungry beasts and unclean birds and creeping things. Okay. The den was as dark as night. The wild beast howled, and the birds in fury screamed, and the reptiles hissed. How long do you think it took him to realize this is not my consciousness? How long would it take us to realize this is not my consciousness? It might take us 40 days to realize. We don't know how long it took, but this is what he says. Who was it that bound me? And why did I meekly sit to be bound down with chains? Why did I agree to this? I tell you, none has the power to bind a human soul. And what are these chains made of anyway? And in his mind he thought, and the chains became cords, and they parted at his touch. Then he goes on to talk about the will of man. If man will stand erect and use the power of will, everything will fall away that binds him. Then he says, what is the darkness that envelops me? It's the absence of light. And what is light? It's the breath of God vibrating in the rhythm of rapid thought. And then he said, let there be light. And with a mighty will he stirred the ethers up, and their vibrations reached the plane of light, and there was light. And the darkness of the den became like newborn day, and he looked to see, who are these creepy crawly things? And there was nothing there. It was all gone. Of what are souls afraid? Someday, all man's lessons will be learned, and someday he will arise. The power of the light, when he came back to who he was, child of God, power, love, and called it forth, everything that was an illusion melted before him. And here's the key, everything that wasn't of his consciousness disappeared. I found myself in somebody else's consciousness, somebody else's things. If there had been one creature in that den with him, it would have been for him to deal with. Oh, you're still here? Call forth the light. Oh, you're still here. You and I must have something to deal with. I need to heal something here, right? But when we call forth the light of God, then all the other consciousness melts away. So we often find ourselves following the lead of another, don't we? And then we go, how did that happen? I don't know. Sometimes we do it because we need to experience beliefs that are not our own. But we are the children of God. When we light up ourself, we light up our world. Let there be light. The power of the light is in me now. I am God's child. Let there be light. What if we said that every time there was something challenging going on? Let there be light. Power of God's love flows through me now. I'm a child of God. Let there be light. And nothing else. Let there be light. Call it forth. Emit it out. How would that shift and change what we perceive as challenges in our world? If we are upset, we need light. If we are unhealthy, we need light. If we are unhappy, we need light. The light of Christ is the bread of life. And if you can't get that light in you, if you can't feel that light moving through you, if you feel like you cannot pull the light into you, there is a door. This is a building. There are healing rooms. We will call forth the light within you before you leave. Get on at someone's table. Get a healing. Have someone pray with you. Meditate with someone. The power of two people coming together, the power of a healing. You know, we're not alone in this. If you are lonely, get someone else to help you call forth that light if you don't have it in you. I love getting Reiki from Patrick. You know, I schedule myself for him to give me Reiki. I love getting on the table. I love getting the healings. If I did not get a healing every week somehow, I would not be a happy girl. Somehow, I'll do some kind of healing every week. Because Cindy, in and of herself, I'm not going to say I'm not powerful enough. I'm just saying I like the help. I like the help of the light, the beings of love that support us. The path of light is not an easy one, but it is the God one. And I remember several places reading, choosing the path of light is challenging. It's really not easy. But when there is no other path you can go down, when that is just, you have no choice. Your soul, who you are, this is who I am. Then everything can be made light and easy. You don't double check yourself. You don't question, am I crazy? You go, no, I'm here. This is who I am. And when you're at that point, remember when the disciples were all leaving Jesus and Jesus turned to the 12 and said, are you leaving too? And they said, we have no place else to go. Yeah. Once you're on the path from the soul, you have no place else to go. You're committed, you're in it. And nothing is held. When you need it, it comes because of that tenacity that you're putting forth to walk that path. So I'm preaching at you now. Well, let's just take a moment to anchor this, shall we? Take a breath. And I want you to envision a beautiful column of light coming over you, a beautiful column of light. Whatever color it is perfect for you. Just imagine it, pretend it in. Beautiful column of light. I am safe in the heart of God. And begin to welcome that beautiful presence of Jesus the Christ to stand by your side. And I want you to lift up just a little bit. Just imagine you can lift up just a little bit to a beautiful cloud-like space. Just a little bit. Father, Mother God, we ask that your light now begin to move through our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. And you can imagine it coming through the crown chakra, but however it enters your body is perfect for you. If the light begins to come in through your tummy or your legs or your feet, however the light comes in. I receive the healing light of Father, Mother God, the bread of life. And just feel it coming in, layer and layer and layer, coming in until it totally fills your body. In your mind's eye, let this beautiful light of God fill your body. You begin to feel as if you're shining a little bit, shining your light. And now, in your heart, say, the light I am, the light I am. You can even use your name, the light I am, and use your name. Now shines forth within me. And you should feel another layer moving through this light of God. And yet it's now one light. It's one light. Just feel it. Body, soul, spirit, mind. Take a breath. And let's send this light to your world. I send the light of God into my world, to the details, to all that I experience and all that I will experience. I'm yours, God. As I walk my world, I walk with you. I walk your path. And feel the peace. Bring your focus back to your heart. Bring your focus back to Jesus Christ. Feel his love. I am a child of God. No regrets. No mistakes. I am a child of God. And as I shine my light, all shine theirs. Breathe one more time deeply. Let your focus come back to the physical, the chair you hold, the chair that holds you. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. A simple moment. Was it simple? Could you feel it? Even if you couldn't feel it big, a slight energy shift or even just an intention is all that's required. You'll feel it as you go through the day. You'll walk around and all of a sudden, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel freer, you'll feel more amazing. And as you all go out today, you are going out amped up, and you're going to bless the people that you see. How powerful is that? You guys too out there in Cyberland, you'll do it too. Can we say yay, God? Yay, God.